This is a 2008 Absolute 47. Now, we've had a few brand new Absolutes on the channel recently, and they've always been a very intriguing boat and very popular on the channel. So I thought it'd be really interesting to take you back in time a little bit to a 2008 boat and show you what they were building back then, because this is when they were really into their sports cruisers, much more than they are now. And even back then, they had some quite intriguing layouts, of which this is one. Now, one thing that hasn't changed, Absolutes are really big into IPS drives, and that is these fellows here. This one's got them as well. So these are pod drives, so your engines are back here, they power down through here, and then you have forward-facing propellers. These are counter-rotating, so they go in opposite directions for maximum grip, and that's what drives the boat along. It also means that they're incredibly manoeuvrable, because you'll see there's two of these, there's one on the other side as well, and these swivel independently of each other. They're joystick controlled, and that means that you can actually get these boats to go sideways just by pushing the joystick sideways. They're incredibly manoeuvrable with those pod drives. That's what makes them very popular. And they're also very good in terms of the accommodation, because they package the boat well. They put the engines well back and give you lots of space for accommodation. But anyway, let's do my inelegant scramble up onto the boardwalk, and I'll show you what this one's all about. Here we go. There is a better way, but it means walking down to the end and back on. So we'll cheat and we'll go up that way. So here she is from water level, I guess, is where you would be, because this is the water line down here. And it's a smart looking boat. They've brought this glass area all the way to the back. There's a tender gouge on this one as well. And if we step on board, we'll go and do the interior, and then we'll walk around the whole boat and show you everything. So big sun pad out here on the back. That's over the garage. And then a very nice cockpit area. You've got, as I say, the glass sides to the hardtop windows, I believe they're called. But they throw a load of light into here and also give great visibility. There's also a sliding solid roof with glass panels in as well, so that's nice. I'll show you that in a bit more detail in a second. But loads of seating around this table, and also on this side then, that opens up to give you your barbecue and your sink. And underneath that is the fridge and some storage. I'm not sure what that little fella there is. Looks like another fridge to me. There we are. Yeah, a bit of storage there. So that's that. Another interesting thing is they've put life raft storage back here. That's a nice touch. So that's what that fella there is. Okay, let's head on a bit further forward. This is the helm position. And this is the joystick that I mentioned. So with this, and using those pods, this computer controls the pods. If you push this to the side, it will alter the direction of those pods. It'll vector them independently of each other, alter the thrust as necessary, and it'll push the whole boat sideways the way that you've commanded it, or it'll spin it if you turn it, or it'll push it forward. So when you're docking, that makes life very easy. When you're out at sea, then you use the conventional throttles, and they're back here. Quite a nice dashboard, actually. I like the colour scheme they put on here, and it's got a Raymarine. I can't get the lid off. Here we go. Axiom multifunction display. Nice system. Got one of those on my boat. What else can I show you? The roof. So if we hit that button there, that slides back like so, and now you've got a really nice opening right up above the helm. And you can also lift that then to give you a lift bolster, so you can stand here at the wheel, look out across the front of your boat, and wonder who on earth put the Volvo Penta logo on very slightly sideways. I think I'd take that off and reposition it. It's just me. I think maybe you as well. But yeah, there's that big sliding roof. Cool, huh? Let's go look inside, because the interior, I think, is particularly intriguing, and it's what we're seeing on the modern Absolutes in terms of the layouts, that they're really coming up with some nice ideas. I like the fact they put this little Absolute logo on there. I think that looks nice. I like these wooden steps, and I like the light wood and the finishes in here. I think that looks really smart, the way they've got upholstered panels like this, and then the wood sections, and then the dark sections. Also, big hull windows. Now in 2008, that was pretty rare. This must be one of the first sports cruisers to use those. These days, of course, we're seeing it all the time, but that's pretty recent. You didn't find that on boats of this era normally. Back here, That is the switch panel, so all of your battery systems and your 230 volt AC systems are controlled from there. Generator control is there as well. And there's a matching one over on this side, which is just storage. And then if we spin on back, you've got the table here, of course. And that is a high-low table, so I'm guessing that would drop down and make a bed probably. This is just an electric heater because the boat's out of the water for the winter. Then that's just put on there just to give a little bit of warmth in here. There's also a dehumidifier on this side, just keeps it warm and dry. It's a really good idea. Again, that pale wood looks really good. Galley area is on this side, so you've got the drawers like so. You've got the sink, but these fold down like this one is folded down. That's the electric hob underneath there. So it's more like a sideboard when you're not actually using it for cooking. It's actually a really discreet galley. With that folded down, you wouldn't actually notice there, would you? Big hull windows again, and then we've got fridge freezer on that side and a bit of storage up above. And then back here, that is giving us the oven, but also a dishwasher. Again, something you wouldn't normally see on a boat of this size and this age. In fact, it's pretty rare even on boats currently at this sort of size. And that one up there is just a little bit of storage. Remote controls are there for TV and so on. In fact, I think that is a TV. I'm not sure. I think that might be what that is because I can't see one anywhere else. Ah, nifty if it is. Okay, so very typically on a boat of this size and style and era, what you get is a saloon area here. As you see, it's a really good size, and then you get a master cabin up the front and then a small cabin under the back, under the cockpit. This one is, try pushing instead of pulling. There we go, what you'd expect. Centerline double bed. You've got hatch up ahead, or overhead even, it's been a long day. And you've got wardrobes over here. I think that those are the infill cushions to make that table that I just mentioned into a bed. And I suspect that those are to convert the table in the cockpit also to a sun lounger. Storage up behind here. And then this one has its ensuite tucked away in here. Nice size, mirror, little wave, all good. So we head on back, fully expecting to find what you find on every boat of this size and type, which are two single beds running back underneath here across the boat. And we would be wrong because, check this out. Look at that. Now, I'm not quite sure how they fitted such a big cabin in here, but they have. So much so that I go as far as to say this is maybe the owner's cabin. You could argue it either way. I think this is a slightly bigger cabin, but it has a bit less headroom. So, you know, depends on what your priorities are. But this is a really big cabin. It's remarkable. If we're going through here, there's a TV in here. And if we head over onto this side, then that is a bit of storage in there. And then back behind me where we came in, we will find, close that one back over, big hanging locker in there, a load more storage down in here, and, drum roll please, another pretty decent ensuite with separate shaft stool. Glass bowl, again, something you see quite often now, but rare in boats of this age. They were really ahead of the game with this boat, I think. And certainly this cabin here, you know, you compare this with most boats of this size and type, and that is quite remarkable. In fact, I go as far as to say I'm not quite sure how they've done it. It's a really, really good cabin, a good mid cabin. Excellent. Let's head on out. I'll show you the rest of the boat. We'll have a look around the decks and we'll have a look in the engine compartment and we'll have a look in the garage if we can as well. Everything's so well proportioned, isn't it? There's just loads of space. Very impressive. As I say, we've had some modern absolutes on the channel recently. and the comments have always been the same. They've done a really, really good job with the layout and the interior, and this clearly is nothing new. Okay, let's head back up here. Put the old shoes back on. Back out into this cockpit area, which is also a very decent size. Yes, high-low table there, so I'm pretty certain that's what those cushions are for, to go onto there. Let's go and have a wander around the deck first of all. So we'll come back out here. It's quite nice. They've got this little ledge here that you can walk along to get to the side deck on this side. Normally you have to get down to the bathing platform and back up again. If we head up here, a couple of things to show you. A nice rail here to hang on to. That's that sliding roof panel. You can see how it's come back from there. And also up here we've got satellite communication domes. We've got the radar. It's quite a modern radar. That's a quantum marine radar. Anemometer, if I got it right this time. That's the wind speed indicator up there at the top. Searchlight is the little fellow right on the very top there, and then navigation lights as well. And that's the opening over the helm. Very nice. Let's head on again. More sunbathing up here on the bow. Big windscreens on here, look at this. Some decent wipers too. Let's come right up forward. That's the hatch over the forward cabin, and then right up at the bow we've got anchor and the anchor winch here, and that one all open to sea. Actually a pretty massive anchor chain locker. Excellent. Very nice. Cool. Okay, let's head on back this way and we'll see if we can find the switch for the tender garage, and I'll also see if I can show you the engine space. Go back down here because we can walk around either side. So over here you'll see a switch panel, and there is a button, that one there, and that's powering up the garage door. There we go. So if we come around here, now this is a fixed bathing platform, so you're only going to get something like a small rib like this one, and you're not going to get a sort of a Williams turbojet or anything like that in here, because of course it has to be able to be lifted over here. But it's a pretty decent sized tender. You could lay your outboard inside it. And what that means, of course, you can keep it inflated and tucked completely out of the way, but ready to go. So that's a nice feature. Excellent. Let's close that one back down. There's a little gate here, by the way, so if you've got small kids or whatever, you can close that across there, and that will keep that a little bit more secure. Okay, so engine access. I haven't actually been down here yet, but I'm pretty sure it's underneath here. Yeah, looks like a step. Okay, let's have a look. Now this is interesting because I've discovered that there's a Seakeeper stabiliser in here. Seakeeper 5, these are gyroscopic stabilisers. So you have a gyro that spins at really high speed, and the centrifugal force of that gives you something to push against to help to level the boat and stop it rocking so much. And then the engines are down underneath the tender garage here. And these are a pair of Volvo Penta IPS 600s. They're 435 horsepower each. And they're going to give the boat, I'm going to guess, got to be 30 knots plus, and range, typically this sort of boat you're looking at about 250 miles at high speeds, less of course if you drop the speed right back. So that's those fellows, and in fact the generator lives in here as well. That's in the box over there. And we have a plane going over, which I'm guessing is approaching Southend Airport. Anyway, there we go. That's the engine space. Very good. All right, let's come back out of here. There we go, close that fella back down. Thusly, and I think we'll finish off up here at the helm and say huge thanks to boats.co.uk, they've got this for sale, and huge thanks as ever to you guys for watching. We'll catch you on another one of these very soon. Take care, bye bye.